Well, this is a first, and it's probably not going to be the last of a new series I'm calling Things I Learned the Hard Way While Crafting, so you don't have to. This year, I was like so excited to have our own house and own home to decorate. I mean, we're renting, but we lived in a slum apartment. Now we live in a cool house. Anyway, I was super excited we finally had a home and I wanted to decorate for more of the holidays. But I didn't want to spend like a crap ton of money on Easter decorations. I prefer to spend a crap ton of money on supplies to create Easter decorations. In this case, I didn't have to spend a crap ton of money because I was using the Martha Stewart glitter paint and folk art matte paint that I received from Plaid Crafts as part of their creators program. I got on Amazon and ordered a few different sets of unfinished plaster Easter figurines and decided that I wanted to paint a bunch of Easter decor. So here are some things that I learned and relearned the hard way about acrylic craft paint so that you don't have to. First, it dries out pretty quickly. So when you're putting out your paint, just put out like one or two colors at a time. Put out what you're using and don't put out all 8 colors in your paint tray like I did. What's another thing? Oh, the Martha Stewart paints. I, for some reason, did not bother to read the literature that came with my Martha Stewart paints. I assumed that they were somewhat opaque. They are not. They're definitely a top coat to put over colors. So learn that the hard way. 3, the acrylic craft paint doesn't dry as fast as you think, especially maybe because I was using matte paint on a plaster surface. I don't know. It seemed a little like the paint and the plaster didn't like each other a whole lot. Loved the glossy paint. Definitely loved the glossy glitter overcoat, but I think I would use glossy paints rather than a matte finish in the future. I was also having really bad hand tremors this day, which was very frustrating. Another thing I learned the hard way is you should really let the layers dry, even if you're using the opaque undercoat and then putting glitter on top of it. Just let your layers dry a bit and at least get tacky before you try to do more. You'll just end up mixing the colors and it'll look stupid. And finally, use a soft bristle brush for small details or maybe a Q-tip. I ended up using a Q-tip to create the eyes and the cheeks because all of my paintbrushes that I had were folk art and they were more for fine art painting and probably painting with not plaster and matte acrylic. So they were a little bit tricky. Also, acrylic paint markers work, which is what I ended up doing for the the figurine that I did after this one. If you're wondering what that pink thing is to my, I guess it's to the left, but my right, that is a paintbrush holder and self-cleaning brush system. I will link that Amazon product as well. It literally has like the little jug of water and it automatically feeds into a little brush cleaner where like there's different kinds of lines and squiggles and things so that you can run your brush and get all the paint off. And then you push a button to drain that down into a tank. So you don't have to get up and get clean water or use a bunch of funky water. It's clean whenever you need it to be. And I find that to be extra dope. As you can see, this little guy is getting really adorable, but definitely not perfect. And that's okay. I feel like we don't talk enough about how much we suck at things when we first try them. And not everybody is going to be good at everything. I hadn't painted anything plaster or ceramic since I made a couple of gifts back in like 2018 or 2019 at paint your own pottery places. So this was definitely like a learning curve for me, but it came out super cute and I gave him to my friend Destiny, and she absolutely, I think it's a her, she absolutely loves her and added her to her Easter decor. And next year I will paint some more and maybe they'll be better. And even if they're not perfect, they'll still be made with love and I'll adore them and they'll make me smile while I do it. So, totally worth it.